I'm so excited to have everybody on tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. I think I freaked Brooke out today a little bit whenever she got to be the main event, but of course she is main event tonight. But the thing is she's on here just sharing with us what her and Cole have done. And let's see, Rachel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, I'm going to let. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
I'm going to let you sort of introduce Brooke to the group and tell us a little bit about how you guys connected and then that way maybe she can share her story about her journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brooke and I met at church, and I moved to Columbus about 3 years ago. And Brooke was actually my first friend in Columbus, and so we just connected through that. And Brooke reached out to me recently. I would say about a month ago, she reached out to me and she was like, "What are you doing, and how can I do it too?" So we had a great group discussion with Hannah and Miss Lisa, and Brooke was just like, "Rachel, I've seen your transformation. If it works for you, I know it'll work for me too." And her and Cole decided to do it together and to do it for their daughter, their daughter Reagan, who is sort of a newborn, I guess, and they just decided to get healthy together. And what I love most is, like, I feel like Brooke's already a coach, she's supportive of her husband, and she keeps him encouraged and keeps him informed by what we put on Support for Life. And so it's just been a joy to see how it can work within a marriage as well as with the new baby. So they've just been encouraging to me throughout their journey as well. So that's Brooke and Cole.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. That's very encouraging.
Of course.
So Brooke, can you sort of tell everyone about you and Cole, when you started and how long you've been on and what's been happening with you both?
Well, Rachel summed it up pretty good. When we started, I wasn't skeptical because, like Rachel said, I saw her transformation and I knew it worked. And I go to church with Debbie Queen too, and I saw her transformation and I knew it worked. So I was seeing these results, but my husband was a little skeptical, and he's working late. He wasn't able to make it to the call, but so I'm speaking for him. But he was a little skeptical, and we did it 1 week and he lost 10 pounds. I mean, just shedded it. It just disappeared. And he was ecstatic. I had never seen him so happy when he stepped on that scale. So that was encouraging for me to see my husband finally happy about his weight, that he was going in the right direction and moving in the right direction. And I had lost 7 pounds in the first week. So I was encouraged and pumped and ready to lose some more. And then the following week, we've been on it for 3 weeks now. So the second week, he lost another 5 pounds. So 15 pounds in 2 weeks. So he was even more happy. And I lost another 2.5, I think. So it wasn't as much as him, but I'm also pregnant too. So, I mean, I'm growing a baby and things are different for me as for him. So anyway, and then this past week, I actually just stayed the same. I didn't gain or lose. So I'm not discouraged because I have to remind myself that I'm not doing the 5-in-1 plan. So I'm not going to lose as much weight as Rachel and Debbie Queen and as the rest of you all on the call. But it's encouraging for me to know that once I have this baby that I can get on the 5-in-1 plan and I can lose even more weight and, just be healthier and for my babies so that, as they grow older, I can keep up with them and do fun things with them and not feel so groggy all the time. My husband and I were talking about that the other night, because he's always been a loud snorer when he's asleep. And I told him the other night, I was like, you have not snored in like 2 weeks, because he's loud and I'm a light sleeper and it always wakes me up. And, we end up fighting in the middle of the night and it's just a mess. So I said, I wonder if it's this diet, if that's made a change in your sleeping patterns, because you're not near as loud. You don't wake me up anymore. And he said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I bet it's got something to do with it. So anyway, we're sleeping better. We've got more energy. We're just all in all happier. We just because we feel better, we feel better about ourselves and about our weight loss. And, we were telling Amanda, she's on the call too. I go to church with her, and we were telling her and her husband about it, and we got them started on the program now. So, we're just trying to, share our story with others and encourage others and hope that it works. So we're loving it.
Wow, that is it's so great to hear the stories and hear the to me it's like you guys are really experiencing all the effects of just following the program and like
we're
I said,
trying.
The weight loss part is really the bonus, but wow, to know that sleep is better. And we were going to touch on that tonight in this class. I shouldn't call it a class, but it is whenever we're following Dr. Anderson and the habits of health and this optimal health lifestyle, there's certain key components that really makes you have health in your life. And it sounds like that maybe you're getting more sleep now a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more sleep is good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that is so cool. So, and to have so much energy, to have a 6-month-old and be expecting again. And I'm sure everybody on the screen can, relate to that. I know, Hannah doing, the nursing mothers program and those kind of things. And I mean, it really does make a difference if you're really tapping into what it means to create a lifestyle. So is there anybody wants to ask Brooke a question pertaining to their journey so far?
Good.
I mean, it's so big because what you're experiencing is just the overall wellness, and there again, you're a lot. People start seeing that, and I'm sure that both of you have started feeling a lot of inches leave. I mean, like you feel your body shrinking a little bit.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's putting on shirts that the buttons barely buttoned, 3 weeks ago. So he's just, and men lose it quicker. So, I'm not discouraged. I'm proud of him, and I'm really doing it for him because he had tried everything and he just wouldn't get anywhere. He just hit a roadblock every time. So I'm so proud that he finally found something that's working and clothes are fitting better. And he's just all in all a happier person with this program. So I thank you all for the encouraging posts and calls, and Rachel for keeping us on the right track. And it's just so encouraging. I'm loving it.
Well, this is really what the fun is being able to create this community of people. So what we're doing is creating a culture, and it's a culture that everybody on the screen has gotten up and they have made a decision that, hey, I'm gonna try this program. You took a chance.
Right.
And you had no idea if it was going to work, but really the best part is the culture of people that are there to support you through the process. And with that, it does make the journey a little bit easier because you feel like people understand.
Right. They've been there and done that.
Mm-hmm. And then also, guess what? Is there days we have that are not so good days, everybody on the screen? Is there days we have sometimes we think, man, I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. but it's only a day, isn't it?
Yep.
It's only a day. And then we work on the healthy mind part about changing our thoughts. But first we have to recognize we're having a bad day, right?
Yes.
So one thing with the program sort of makes you feel somewhat better about yourself, to give you the confidence to be able to where those days don't last as long.
Yes.
Maybe you can have a split, maybe 30 minutes, and you're going, why am I feeling like this? And then you got someone there to support you that you can reach out to and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. How did you deal with it?
You know what I like about the program, the 5-in-1 plan, or just eating 6 meals a day, is that you know that, okay, if I don't do well one time, I have 5 more chances, you know, and I kind of incorporate that into just the healthy mind journey. Like, oh, I didn't have such a great meeting at work, but I have like 6 more hours that I could have, better opportunities or whatever. So I love how the simplicity of the foundation that we can incorporate into like every avenue of our lives. We have multiple chances throughout the day to either turn that day around or just go to bed and get up and try again tomorrow.
Absolutely, Rachel. Absolutely. That's how it is. And that's there again, this right here is just a small part of our little community, but we even have a bigger one. And so some of us were able to spend time with them last night. And that's one thing that they really suggested is this is your program. If you're going on vacation and you go, oh no, I'm going on vacation. Well, the typical dieter says what? I'm on vacation. I'm eating what I want, when I want, I'm not going to think. But it's like, the thing is, if you're connected to people that have been living this, that goes on vacations too, they're sharing tips with you to know how to go off and create your program, change it around to where it's going to serve you. And you're still going to feel good while you're there. You're probably going to lose weight. And if you don't, you may maintain. Woohoo, that's a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the thing is this is just a small portion of, the greater community we have available. And we've got about 3,000 to 4,000 people that, connect, that's involved in this lifestyle, and it keeps growing. So there again is once you get involved and once you create whatever it is you want to create with this and say, this is my goal, stay connected to people such as, Rachel and all the coaches on the screen, because we really do care about your success. We really want you to be at that place of how you're feeling now, how you can sustain that feeling for as long as you want to sustain it. And that's important. Don't you agree? In the world we live in with the ups and downs, the roller coaster rides, stresses of life, to be able to sustain that. So congratulations to you, Brooke, and make sure you tell Cole that we're really excited for him too, and maybe one day he'll be able to join us and show us a picture of him, before he started and where he's at now, and so that way we can celebrate him. Because these guys like getting healthy too.
Yeah, I can't pay him enough to take a picture though. I can't even get him to take a picture with me just to take a picture with me. It's like pulling teeth.
You might have to go back to the photo albums.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have to ask my mother-in-law.
There you go. Sneak one out on him. Here, go. How'd you get that? Because as you stay on this journey, you'll have more and more people come up to you and ask, "Hey, what are you doing?" And because I know everybody on the screen has had that happen to them. People just want to know. They're curious. They want, and then they see how great you feel, so then they want some of that too. Right. So, but maybe everybody, let's go through and sort of share how much each person's lost and how long they've been on the program, so that way that Amanda and Brooke can hear. So we'll start with you, Hannah.
Well, hey guys. Brooke, I loved your story. First of all, I'm a mom too, and I was, creating this lifestyle the whole time I was pregnant with my son. So every step is a step toward what you want to create for the rest of your life. So if I can share anything, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, focus on your habits of health, And by the time you have your new baby, you'll be able to be in full control and balance and know what to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, I started this journey when I was 21. I'm 29 now. And it was something that, I mean, I really just wanted to feel better. And so at 21, I was sleeping. I was working behind a chair 24/7. And it was just not that fun. But anyways, I ended up losing about, I think it was like 20 pounds in 8 weeks. And I've been able to maintain that for, this entire time until I was pregnant. Of course, I had to gain that healthy weight. But yeah, it's been really easy to manage. It's been fun, because it's not, my journey at 21 has totally transitioned to something completely different now. And especially being a mom, and you just think differently, you feel differently, and you want, you want to be able to catch up with kids and chase after them when you need to, and those kinds of things. So, but yeah, the program has been absolutely wonderful. I'm so grateful that I said yes to at such a young age, because I feel like it's helped me to be able to prepare myself for my son and what I'm feeding him and what I'm teaching him to do. So yeah, that's my story.
Thanks, Hannah. Joe, what about you?
I must say, I love your hair, Hannah.
Thanks.
You look like a mermaid.
That was the goal.
Sorry about that. I just had to cheer up everybody. And again, I'm probably the only guy on the call, like always. So I got some news. I know everybody, like, I've been distant for the last 4 weeks. My mom's been not well, so all my free time, I keep Alyssa up to speed. So I'm not sure if she filled anybody in, but 85 years old, broke her hip last year, broke her other hip this year, Parkinson's, dementia. So we chose to have care come home with her and keep her comfortable at home. So it's been like a roller coaster since Memorial Day weekend, but I could say that the one thing that's been pretty constant and keep me grounded is, which is really weird to say this, but it's been the program, because that's like the heaviest time where, you stress out. And for me, my stress was eating binges, right? Like I think I kept my Chinese food guy in town here pretty, business with, hot and spicy, General Tao, dinner combination, egg roll. Yeah, give me it all. And it was, I think probably 2 people can eat that, and I would just polish that off and fall into a little food coma. That's how I dealt with my stress. Now I exercise, I go biking, I get educated because I have all this energy. So I don't know if it was Brooke who was speaking earlier with your husband, it's funny because I was laughing. That was like me and my wife. She's a light sleeper. I snort a lot. She wanted me to go through this, you sleep overnight and they kind of wire you up. And I said, I just got to lose some weight. And, tons of people come up to you and they go, you should lose weight. Yeah, okay, thanks, Captain Obvious. Can you lay out a plan for me a little bit? And, have shakes, starve yourself, or whatever. So, yeah, I could always lose weight. That wasn't always the challenge. The challenge is keeping it off. So today I am starting the transition maintenance program after losing 90 pounds since January 3rd. So
Awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I got to find a second job so I can pay for all my new suits, shirts, shorts, socks, shoes, right? I would think what? Shoes, pretty much everything. So I bring my kids who are, 20, 18, and 16, all girls, and we go shopping. I go, how's this look? They buy all these weird jeans. I'm not wearing those, so it's, but that's the fun part. That's really my story. I liked it. I love it. I think the hard part's coming, transition, because you get used to the 5 and 1. It's pretty simple. I got a little reminder pops up. What's that? Got to eat. Okay. Just make sure you have food in your pocket. So when I went to travel on my golf trip, everybody was pretty impressed for me. I mean, listen, I went golfing with 12 guys and they're all drinking, eating, and I'm over there with a bottle that I made the night before with chocolate shake, or I had the vanilla shake, The funny story is I was like, yeah, I got this down pat, because we're staying in one of these hotels where you have like that, they have like a waffle maker and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought my pancake mix. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have pancakes before I go out. I put it in the waffle thing. I walked away, came back, it vanished. I opened it up and I literally like this. I opened it up and I went, put it down. And I brought backup. So I brought pudding. So I had pudding. Like, where's your pancakes? And I'm like, they didn't work out too well. And I looked over, and the guy was scrubbing it. I mean, I left it in too long, pretty much. So, so it's the whole rest of the trip. They call me Joey Waffle Iron or Joey Batter, and I was like, hey man, I love these names. They're better names than what they could have been. So I started the program at 280, and it was a struggle to play golf, sleep, work, and I'm at 195, and I feel awesome. So I don't know. I keep talking. Obviously, you guys know I'm a sales guy. Keep me shut. Put my mute button on. Hannah.
I mean, it's so. I mean, your story, and it's just crazy to think that you've lost that kind of weight. But you did it. You just got up every day and you done the do, and you made it happen.
So, Brooke, I think it was Brooke was talking earlier, right? And when I started, it was like, I don't know, 40 pounds. Let's lose 40 pounds. And I jumped, right in because I knew my coach from work. So, and she's an athlete, and she's like, listen, you got to stick to it. You got to have the discipline. And I'm like, all right. Tell me when, set up my calendar for me. I was like, all right, this sounds pretty easy. Kind of, it wasn't easy the first week or two. You got to be honest. It's kind of adjustment with all the food, lack of food and whatnot. Then I just got in the groove, and then you start not even thinking about food. Food's like, it's funny. When I started hearing this from you guys, I was like, food. And I was thinking about food all the time. Now it's more like a fuel. Yeah. Like I know my tank is kind of going on empty, and I got to make sure that I have, if I'm running around the city. But sometimes I'll have I'll grab like a salad in the middle of the day because I know I'm doing like 12 or 15,000 steps, and I'm just burning calories, So and I've been doing that lately, just getting caught with not having food with me, and I'll stop and get a little side salad with regular oil and vinegar, and that's it, just something, and in substitute of a food. So I'm thinking like calorie wise, no sugar, no salt, carbs, or nothing in it. And the next week come around and I'm down 200 pounds. So I think that I'm kind of figuring out the formula that fits me. And I think everybody's formula is different. So that's the neat thing. Like it's different for Lisa, Nancy, and Brooke. You got to find out what's good for you and your groove, and then just make it part of your lifestyle. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. My mother-in-law is not too happy with me with all the weight that I lost because she likes to make a lot of eggplant parm and lasagna, and I can't eat. I'm not eating. Not that I go, I'm not eating that any longer. And she goes, I hate you. I'm like, really? You hate me because I want to be around longer for my kids or grandchildren? And she's like, well, you used to like my eggplant parm. She would make eggplant parm where it was like, you would think it was lasagna. It was like 5 layers of eggplant parm with ricotta cheese. It was like Heart Attack City. And I used to have probably a big portion of it, before we would have a regular meal. That's how Italians eat, right? Nancy probably knows what I'm talking about. So that's it. That's my story. I'm going to put myself on mute.
And it's so well too, you were talking about right now being at the transition phase, going into maintenance and stuff, and Take Shape for Life has made that so easy too. And like you said, you just got to figure out what works. But it's so nice having the optimal health line, so that way you don't have to think there. All you got to do is say fuel every 3 hours. So it really goes good. But congratulations to you, because that is amazing, and you did it, and you can tell, and you just look younger. So keep up the good work. And like I said, maintenance will only be as hard as what you tell yourself. So keep it up. Keep it up. All right, Miss Davy Ware, please share your story.
Well, congratulations to Brooke on another baby. That's exciting. I'm a mother of 7, and my first 2 are 16 months apart, so it sounds like yours are going to be pretty close together.
Oh, yeah. A lot closer than we anticipated.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we ended up with 4 little girls in 5 years.
Oh my word.
And then we went on and had some boys. But anyway, I got in the program a year ago this past April because I was having trouble with my knee, and I live with a very active family with all these kids and grandchildren that I have, and my husband and me like to dance. And so I got into the program and I lost 48 pounds in 5 months. And I loved it. I loved the food. Everything worked good for me. And transition went well. Joe, now you'll get to have those great transition bars, so you're gonna love it. The chocolate dream bar and all those good things. So don't worry about transition. It goes just as well as the rest of the program. And then this spring, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And looking back on the situation, I am so thankful for the program, because without it, without having lost that weight, I may not have found that cancer in time. So I'm very thankful. Today I got my pathology report back, and I had my surgery last week, and it showed that it did not spread to my lymph nodes, which means it's not spread through my body. So, so we're celebrating here.
Yes, yes, it is.
So yeah, and so I have always been interested in nutrition. And so I have been reading everything on breast cancer now and nutrition, and trying to see how I need to eat and if I'm eating right. And the Cancer Center sent me home with a huge notebook with everything about anything that I need to know about cancer. And they had a huge chapter on nutrition, and everything that I'm doing is exactly how they want us to eat. The 6 small meals, high in vegetables and fruits. You know, lean protein, healthy fats is exactly how I need to eat. I'm listening to a book right now actually called the Breast Cancer Prevention Diet, and they're telling me the same thing. In fact, he's highly in favor of the use of soy in keeping us healthy with breast cancer. And the biggest thing is to keep your weight down. You know, for women, I was just shocked to find out, because there's no cancer in our family. And I tried to live a pretty healthy life, you know. So other than the age-related weight gain as I got older, to find out just by virtue of being a woman, I'm 64 years old, and you can just get it. And then it's more prevalent as we get older. So, but keeping your weight down is such a plus. So even though I had lost the weight, this cancer had formed in my body way earlier, when I was still carrying the heavy weight in my abs and in my breasts. So being able to find it in time and get it out, and being already at a good healthy weight, and having all my health scores and everything in such a good range, they said I'm their dream patient. So that's good. And so anyway, that's my story, and we're celebrating here, and we're so thankful to the program, and be able to continue. And as I love helping people to lose weight, now God's just given me another mission that goes along with that, because now it's even more important. And women are really coming to me and reaching out, and I just think that, you know, it's going to be a real blessing that's God given me.
Wow.
I'm going to be the light.
Yes. Thank you, Davy, for sharing that. So wonderful, the stories. That's all we have. All right, Miss Nancy.
Hi, Brooke. I started the program to find some energy. My sister started the program, and her husband, and I saw how they were acting and how it was making them feel. And then losing the weight was a bonus for me. I didn't think I needed to lose any. And then I ended up losing 22 pounds, I think, in just about a little under 3 months. And that felt really good, which people had noticed and then asked me what I was doing. And then I decided to become a health coach, and helping a lot of people get healthy and feel better. But the energy was a big thing for me.
And too. I always loved Nancy because I could totally relate to her story. She was talking about how the fog lifted.
Oh yeah, on that those first few days, and I didn't know if I was going to get through it. Just not eating what I normally ate was a bunch of garbage, and then I was just feeling worse each day. But then by that fourth day, that it was just like plain as day. That fog just lifted, and everything got better right from then on.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to feel that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. That is so true. And, you know, Nancy, I totally, it was so neat whenever I heard you say that for the first time. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what happened to me. But it's like I didn't put it that way, you know.
Yeah.
But my story was my husband started before I did. I was the skeptic. I didn't eat a lot. I was a hairdresser. I didn't really think that it had anything to do with what I was eating, because I just looked at it as I'm just eating, you know, a little. So how can you get fat? But really it was more about, I think for me, I lost my confidence in myself. I was putting on a mask and acting as if I was just the happiest little person ever. And then I had these people come and sitting in my chair and I'm fixing their hair and they look better than me. And I'm like having to turn them away from the mirror so I don't have to look in the mirror at them and myself. But anyway, mine was confidence. But I was skeptic. My husband got on it. 2 weeks later, he dropped about 12 pounds, which got my attention. So I went on the hunt for his food. And then he caught me and told me I needed to call our coach and order my own food. So I did. And so the first week on the program, thank goodness for the health coach. If I hadn't had my health coach, I would have been in trouble, probably would have quit the program, because he told me in the beginning, because I was doing cardio kickboxing. So there's that concept that I had, you could out exercise a bad diet. So that had that in my mind. So I thought I have to exercise. So my first week I lost 1 pound and I didn't really know. I mean, I didn't feel good. I just felt sick. I just thought I can't do this program. Then, you know, there again, you start having the inner dialogue. It starts telling you can't do this program. It's not going to work for you. So then my coach, he troubleshooted. He asked questions. Tell me about how I've ate 6 times a day. I'm drinking all my water. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But whenever it came to the exercise part, I told him I was going to cardio kickboxing. And he said, "You're doing what?" And he said, "What part of that did you not understand about your program?" And I said, "Well, hey, you know, because I had the concept. You diet, you exercise, you'll lose more weight." But what happened was, because the calorie intake was so low, then my body sort of just shut down and says, "Nope, we're not gonna let any of this fat go. We're gonna hold on to it for storage." So anyway, I listened to my coach, and then the next week I dropped 6 pounds, and then I said, forget the exercise. And then I just stayed the course. I dropped 40 pounds in 12 weeks and have maintained that for 11 years. So just by living the optimal health lifestyle, staying connected to my coach, and just being a part of this community. And that was my story. So, you know, it works. You heard the stories here tonight. And like I said, all we have is our stories. And the longer that you're involved, the different stories you'll have. Because then, like, you know, Deborah, she was excited about losing all that weight. She never knew that she was going to have this breast cancer. And then that sort of opened doors for her because she sees how many unhealthy people are out there. And there's a lot of healthcare professionals that are they take care of everyone else, but they don't take care of themselves. So that's the mission here, is we are working hard on ourselves, and we are so excited to be able to find answers and then share the answers with other people just like yourself that want to know how to create it. So thank you, Brooke, for sharing your story tonight. Thanks everyone for sharing your story, because like I said, it's just, you know, Joe, we haven't seen you in a few weeks, and, you know, it's amazing how just a few weeks time that, you know, here you have probably dropped another 15 pounds or so since we've seen you. So, you know, that's what happens. But you knew what to do, and you did it under the stressful kind of environment that you've been in. So that's, you know, congratulations to you with that. And then there again, like I said, people that are going through things right now, being able to keep their mind focused on the habit of what they're doing, and then go through whatever it is they're having to go through. So, so is there anything else anybody wants to share before we close out? I think this has been a great call, and I really appreciate the stories. Well, if that's all, then we will see everyone next week, and everyone have a great night's rest, a great rest of the week. And Brooke, keep it going. Amanda, keep it going. And you've got a great coach with Rachel. She will take you in the right direction.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, have a good night.
Happy 4th.
You too.
Yes, happy 4th. See ya.